for the Divas Den. Coming to the stage, yours truly, the diva herself, Deborah.
How's everybody doing out here tonight? Oh, yeah, yes. I want to introduce my co-host to everybody, Mr. Andre Tyrone. Come on, let's go. Hey. Well. Well, here we are again, another Friday, live in the Divas Den.
Is it Friday? Is it Friday? Is it
Yes,
Friday?
yes, it's Friday. And a good Friday, too. So, how was your week?
Good. Before we get started, you are seeing correctly. We are both live on Facebook and YouTube. Deborah was getting sad. She felt like she was leaving the Facebook family out, which I have nothing to do with that. You guys can still see the show on YouTube through the link, but she wanted to give you guys the experience that YouTube is getting. So I'm live on YouTube, so you can go to my YouTube page to subscribe to see the video live, or you can continue to stream on Deborah's Facebook page. So hey YouTube, hey Facebook.
And hey, Facebook. So that means that, you get tired of looking at it on Facebook, you can go over to YouTube, but you're both going to get the same thing on both channels. So we just hope that you guys will soon get orientated to our show enough on YouTube so that we can actually just lead directly away from Facebook altogether.
No, because that's what
Yes.
that's what we were trying to do in the beginning, but then you got sad and we had to bring it back. So it looks like we're not going to get rid of Facebook all the way. We're going to keep Facebook and YouTube. So those of you that still do not know how to use YouTube yet,
You can still
you
go
can
to
still
your
watch Facebook and
Yes,
look us on Facebook. We're encouraging you to go to YouTube and to
definitely.
subscribe to Deborah's page or my page so that you can get some extra benefits, some greater things. Not saying that Facebook sucks, but we're just saying we're trying to do things a little bit different this season around. So, but other than that, my week has been good. It's been
That's
quick.
good. That is so good. And today was actually definitely a wonderful day. Andre, can you tell everybody what did we do today?
I don't know. I had a few,
Oh,
I had a
come
little,
on.
I had a little bit to drink.
Really? I don't think so, guys. Not this time.
Well, I did. She didn't. I had me, little. I didn't say it was alcohol, but I said they had me a drink. But if you're referring to our photo shoot, right?
Yes, it was so wonderful. Definitely. I enjoyed myself constantly. Even though the sun was out, it was beautiful. It was hot, but it was a nice day. That's definitely what it is. And we want to give a great big thank you to our photographer who was
My cousin Bobby. Bobby, I know that you're probably sleeping because you work so much, so we appreciate you and thank you for coming out and taking our lovely pictures. We won't
Yes.
spoil the surprise, let you guys
No.
know, but we are doing some excellent excuse my French. We're doing some excellent things here on the show, and one of the things that we're doing differently is we're taking more pictures to advertise.
yes.
So look for some more advertising things from me and
Definitely.
Deborah. Shirts, hats.
Yes.
We need a picture to go on our bus.
Definitely.
We need
Yes.
just a picture for us to be on mainstream so that we can continue to give you guys the best show
Yes,
ever.
and make sure that you enjoy everything. Remember,
Yeah.
this is the place for inspiration. It's the place for music. It's the place for learning anything about indie artists. And we're going to keep you up to date on what's going on in the news. In other words, if you miss what happened on 5, if you miss what happened on Channel 2, you can definitely hear from us if it's something that important that you needed to know. So in other words, we'll be giving you the updates on, what's just going on. In other words, to keep you well abreast of everything. In the house tonight as our audience, we have one of our most biggest fans as usual. We have Miss Belinda that's here with us tonight, and I have my special guest, my hubby, who's in the house tonight, Mr. JW himself, guys. He is here tonight to definitely, join in with us. He's been enjoying watching every one of the shows we've been having away from the show because he has to go to work. So,
Make that money.
yes, so tonight he's able to actually be here and enjoy the show right along with us.
That's him
Definitely,
clapping, by the way.
definitely,
Therefore, we need to bring back a segment that we couldn't do on YouTube that we get to do.
Is it trivia?
Our trivia.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
our trivia, music trivia. We're not gonna do too many songs. We'll probably do one or two songs just today, just to get you react our trivia. Now, our music trivia is basically we play songs on Facebook instrumental wise, so that you can guess the song, as in the title of the song and the artist, and you win a good prize. Before we were giving out free haircuts and free punches in the stomach, but we changed that, and now we're giving out some amazing gifts. And you had to bring me that bag too. I'm sorry. I'm so all over the place today. So I told you all. I think last week we discussed that we were going to start purchasing journals so that we can hand journals out. So I, from work, I bought a whole bunch of composition notebooks, basically to help you. Thank you, Percy. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. That's Percy, my little stagehand assistant. So what I got here is just some simple composition pads, or different colors, and I have them especially for the viewers. So you all that are watching on Facebook and on YouTube, let me see, I have about 10 of them. So in order for you to get one, and this is what's going to happen when you get one, you're might have some inspiration or something in your page. But in order for you to get one of these, signed by Deborah and myself, with some inspiration in it, you are going to have to do two things. Or one of two things. I would appreciate you doing both of the things, but one of the two things is fine, but two of them is great. Is you're going to have to go to Deborah's page on Facebook and my page on Facebook, add us as your friend, and then you're going to need to go to YouTube, both of our YouTube pages, and subscribe. And the first 10 people that do that tonight, or do that throughout this week, we will make sure that you get these composition books. And it's just for you to journal and write down some of your thoughts and things. When we have our journal sessions here, and we say take out your journals, that's what we're saying, take out your journals. I have 25 to 30 of them all over the house, filled with music and different things. But again, in order to get one of these composition books, of course you can buy them all over the place, but you can't buy Deborah's signature, my signature, or inspiration. So in order to get one of these hand signatured composition books, there's about 10 of them, you need to go to my Facebook page or Deborah's Facebook page and request us as a friend, and also go to our YouTube page and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get all of the benefits that Live in the Divas did. It's finna roll out. But
and guys, it's always important to, just jot down your thoughts every day, because there's always something new popping up, I'm sure, in your head. I know in mine it does. And a lot of times when it happens like that, you want to have something that you can actually write down, that little bit or pieces of inspiration. And then with the inspiration that Andre and myself give out every Friday, it may be just maybe one or two things you might have heard us say. But if you jot it down in your notebook, you'd be surprised how it will come in handy.
It'll stick up here. And this is just an opportunity, like we said, it's just an opportunity for you to link back up with us and make sure that we stay connected. Because me and Deborah say it so much on the show, is that we are indie artists who are all about indie music, but we're artists and talk show hosts that are trying to reconnect with the people. So we're people pleasers. We're people. We're your people. We're here to support you. We're here to cry with you, laugh with you. There are a lot of things that happen in life throughout your day, throughout your time, that you just need someone else to talk to. And this is that platform. We do it through music. We do it through, as Deborah said, encouragement, inspiration. There's been some inspiration that Deborah has come on the show and said that I needed to hear. And I'm sure there's some things that I've said that she needed to hear. So it's just good to know that we have that. And we want to make sure that if you have inspiration or questions or things that you want to talk about, that you get a chance to do that. So this is an opportunity
so that's
to
a
do
great
that.
notebook. And he has all different colors.
I got some colors
So
for
we
you.
got, believe me, we're not just saying this to you. We actually have exactly what we're talking about right here.
We got,
We're talking about someone.
well, I might say,
you know,
I might say damn sometime during the show, but that's pretty much it.
That's a little bit. That's okay. That is. So this is usually the time that we have our little chit-chat conversations
Chit-chat.
and going on and, kind of thinking about, was it something that you heard this week that just is all about? So I did ask you, how was your day? But there's one other question I wanted to ask you, and that was, if you had a chance to change anything about your day today, what would that be?
I would put more hours in my day.
I agree with that.
I feel like 24 hours is just not enough. I do more hours worth of work, and it seems like as soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, and I still have some things still to do. So I would change 24 hours in a day, and I would say there'd be 48 hours in a day.
Right. And I guess for me, what I would want to change is anything that made me laugh or smile today. I would like to be able to have that opportunity to, like, you know how you go back and you press replay?
Yeah.
Every time you begin to think about something out of the way,
Oh, okay.
just think about that moment
Like
that made you laugh today that you want to hang on to. And I know today I have a lot of moments that I actually, would like to go back and replay. And one of them that I'm never going to forget, that I'm going to continue to laugh about, is the shot we took when we jumped. And you said, Andre said, can you jump? I'm like,
she looked at me like I was crazy, but my mind, I tell you, my mind races, and I'm an artist by heart. There's no doubt about it. So when I'm on set for a music video or pictures or anything like that, it's and this is not a boast. This is just letting you know how it is. I automatically go into a zone where I start thinking about poses and things like that, and I don't have to be really told how to do a pose. Like, I just know my body and I know what for me, and that's what I give. And it's all about a confidence. And when I asked us to, and I said, Deborah, can you jump? I knew she would do it. And let John tell it. Her facial expressions were kind of iffy there, but I believe we got the shot we were looking for.
Yeah, we got it.
So that is something to be looking forward to, is our shot with it. We jumped.
Yes, we did. Well, you know how it says, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
The camera takes what it sees, so that's what it was. But anything, it would be that, to just remember those moments that made me laugh today, because remember, life without laughter is like having no life at all.
I don't ever want to have to deal with that. I don't ever want to be. People ask me all the time, why are you always so happy and so in a good mood? And I say, well, why not? I mean, there's so much in the world that you can be upset and depressed. And that's the easy thing to do. The world that we live in now, you're designed to wake up and be in a bad mood. As soon as you walk out your door and see traffic, what do you normally do? You get an attitude.
Yeah.
So why not get up in the morning and see the traffic and be in a good mood and be like, okay, it's life. I'm just going to sit in here and I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to chit-chat with my friend on the phone or something. Why make it any worse than it already is? This is the world we live in. So I don't see the point in and make things worse by being
No.
negative, because it doesn't do anything. So you
It
gotta find, what is it, the silver lining, and
Yeah,
you
you've
gotta
got
find
to, you
it.
have to, and then that's another thing where it comes, you just have to pick and choose.
Yeah.
You know, pick and, like I said, pick and choose your battles. That's what you have to do. But I know every morning that I get up, and everybody knows already I'm a school teacher. But when I go to my class in the morning, on the wall I have the word smile, and the kids know that when you cross over the threshold into my room, whatever was bothering you before that, you leave it outside the door. You're too young not to smile.
Right.
Smile. Put a smile on your face.
I agree.
Well, at this next point, let's have some music at the beginning. And music, this is just some music. And of course, it's uplifting music. It's Sunshine by me, Deborah Ware.
That was Percy, our stagehand, letting us know how.
Sunshine down on me, smiling right back at me, making me feel happy that I am free, Now it's time for me to get out of bed, get dressed and get out of here. I'm gonna put my makeup on, comb my hair, get dressed up and dip out of here. Sunshine on me today, shine on me and brighten my day. Happiness comes my way. Sunshine, sunshine, happiness. Sunshine, color my day. Let no one get in my way. Dark clouds, no, no. Clear skies, hey, yes. Sunshine, sunshine, happiness, 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 happiness. Yes, everybody needs a little sunshine in the morning, definitely.
One of my favorite songs. I love it. I said love, L-O-V. Love it. That's my word. Love it. Love it.
Yes, 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 yes.
What's next, D?
Well, the next thing, and I think my mic is going out, but anyway, the next thing is we're going to get ready for our inspiration.
Inspiration.
And of course, every time I pick my inspiration, sometimes I try to think about, okay, well, what am I going to talk about this week? And then other times I let whatever falls on my mind falls there, and then I go ahead and I choose to talk about that. So Andre, I'm going to go ahead and find my music. Is it anything you want to tell the audience or chit-chat about with them while I do that?
Make sure you pay your Geico car insurance. Geico. No, I just figured if I say Geico, then we get a sponsorship out of that. No?
That would be
Didn't work?
great.
Okay.
That really would be great.
I'm just letting you, so Deborah does inspiration and encouragement. Some wouldn't call some things that I say the tough roast beef to swallow. But it's all out of love. It's because I want you to be better. And I'm sure Deborah wants the same thing. And we want you to be your best self. And in order sometimes to be your best self,
Okay. Technology is always an issue somewhere. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you tonight about real friendship. First of all, a lot of people don't really, I don't think they really think about what real friendship actually is. So I thought that tonight that would be a really good topic for me to talk about because, friendship means a lot to me. And I'm sure to a lot of other people it does too. But you want the real friendship, not the fake friendship. So I'm going to start out by saying or asking you, what is real friendship? And how do you know when your friendship with someone is actually real? Well, I'm going to talk to you tonight about this because I've been doing a lot of reading. And, I was reading from a book called God Moments for Women. And as I said, friendship sometimes is something that we don't really think about. We just think, oh yeah, I got a friend. But no, you have to think about, is my friend really real to me? So I'm going to share this with you tonight. Real friends are more valuable than precious jewels. Friends who know your rough edges, your struggles, fears, weaknesses, and like you anyway, are absolutely priceless. Although, though, there are some friends who know your struggles, they know your fears, they know your weakness, and they take advantage of that, which is the wrong thing to do. You never take advantage of somebody's weakness or their fears, even their struggles, because they share their struggles, they share their fears, they share their weaknesses with you for a reason. But if you are able to be yourself and you have a friend who sees and likes you anyway, thank the Lord. Of course, this works in reverse too. Are you the kind of friend who sees the realness of your friends and likes them anyway? If you're going to be nitpicky about another person's foibles, weaknesses, and character flaws, you probably will not have many friends. In other words, let me break it down for you. If you're going to low-rate your friend, if you find only the bad things about your friend to talk about and use them against, them when you get a moment, think twice, because that's not what you should be doing. Be thankful for your friends who love you no matter what. Make every effort to be the kind of friend to others as you show the kind of forgiving love and grace that is shown to you every day by your Heavenly Father. Out of everything that I've read here, one of the biggest things that really resonated with me and that I have to just truly repeat to you is your struggles, your fears, your weaknesses, they're not to be used or used by anyone. And the other one is, if you find a good friend, thank the Lord. And with that being said, I thank the Lord for having such a good and confident friend like Belinda. She's a very, very good friend to me. So how many of you knew that there were qualities of having a healthy friendship? Well, if you didn't, let me just tell you the few. Some of those qualities are confidentiality, purpose, listening without judgment, safe and being safe in a safe environment, and giving advice sparingly. Remember, when you give advice, the best thing to do, especially if you're giving advice to a friend, give it little by little. Don't throw it all at them at one time. And a good friend, or rather a real friend, listens. They listen with their ears, but they also listen with their heart. And listening with your heart and listening with your ears, that definitely makes a real friend. So I hope that if any of you are out there struggling with what is a real friendship, or whether you have someone, and with that said, just remember, do you have a real friendship or not?
Oh, well, this is that my cue. I was just letting you go ahead. I'm letting you go ahead. I want you to go ahead and do your melting pot when it comes to the people.
Yeah, you know, that just really stuck with me, because, when you're friends with someone, it's got to be, real. Who wants a fake friend? You know what I'm saying? Who wants somebody that you're sitting and you're laughing and you're talking with, but then in the next minute, once you're finished talking, they're like, yeah, I heard what she said, or I heard what he said. Man, I ain't even paying no attention to that. That's not a real friend. A real friend is somebody that will get up in the wee hours of the morning if you need them, just to listen to what you have to say,
Unless it's me, don't call me 3 hours in the morning and get mad if I don't pick up, because I be asleep, okay? Because if I'm going to be a real friend, I'm going to be a really, really, really rested friend. In order for me to give you my best. Now, you can call me 869 times, I'll call you back in the morning, but don't pick up. Please don't be alarmed. But yes, I see exactly what you're saying. And it's tough nowadays to find worthy friendship.
Yes, it is.
I don't use the word fake, only because that word can even be tricky, because even people that claim to be real can still be, and it's not on purpose sometimes. So I consider it a true friendship or a real friendship, meaning I go more with true only because a true friend doesn't always agree with you. A true friend doesn't always tell you what you want to hear. A true friend, and this is just me personally, sometimes a true friend is not available. But when they become available, they don't forget that, hey, that situation you had going on last week that I couldn't be a part of to help, do you still need me? I would still consider that a real friend.
Yeah, that's still a real friend.
Now, you and me both have dealt with people in our lives who come in with cloak dagger, come in wearing false faces and false tattoos, and being a false prophet, all that kind of stuff, and then leave an imprint in your life, and it causes you to kind of step back and say, well, I don't want to go through this again, so I'm immediately going to shut down. We both went through that period where we shut down and didn't want anybody to be a part of our lives.
Right.
But now that we've accepted that it has happened and it has been what it's been and it's over, we know what to look for now.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Definitely.
So I know in my heart is opened back up to friendship, but I am cautious this time.
Yeah, and that's the thing, cautious.
Yeah,
that's the word.
And that's the thing, is being cautious. This goes the same with love. A lot of people say, oh, I had my heart broken, so I'll never love again. No, you will love again, I promise you.
Yeah.
I'm one believer of, I do believe in, having a love of your life. I also believe that, if something happens to the love of your life, that you're able to love again. Now, you may not love like you did with that first love,
right,
but you will find another love if that's what's supposed to happen. But
exactly.
you won't love the same. You won't love the same twice.
No.
I know that for a fact. So, I really appreciate that.
You know what? There's one other thing I kind of want to talk about, that is, also, as well as you want someone to be a real friend to you, you have to be a real friend back to them. And by that, what I really mean is that, everybody gets in a situation. And maybe at the time that you call on the real friend, your situation was bad, but maybe your friend could not really elaborate on what you have told them about yet because they might be going through something.
Yeah.
So we have to look at, maybe they're going through something.
Right.
I'm going through something too, but they are trying in some kind of way to
Right, yeah.
communicate
Be
with
considerate
me.
of what's going on with them because they could be going through something too. Because that's one thing I don't think people
Exactly.
understand is that, and this happens to me a lot
Mhm.
in life. Period. Is that people lean on me. Then when I fall and need a break,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh my God!" And I'm like, "Well, did you expect me to always be there to carry?" Like, there are times
Exactly,
where I need to take a nap too. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
And it's
why I
like,
said that
you
you
want me to
gotta
be
consider,
pressed.
you have to consider what that person
Right.
could be going through, at the same time.
So those of you that are out there who are in the predicament
Mhm.
that Deborah and me may have been and are in now, whatever the case may be, it's okay. Because I'm sometimes in the predicament. If you're the kind of person that is the person in your family or in your personal life or whatever that's always the one that's being called upon and depended upon,
Mhm.
don't see it as a curse. See it as a blessing.
Mhm.
Because God has given you that ordained responsibility for a reason, because He believes that in any situation you're always going to have an answer, and
Yeah.
if you're linked up to Him, then you will always have an answer.
Right.
So if He believes, and this is He, I'm talking about God, if God believes that you are connected to Him in a way that your other family members aren't, and He's looking to you to be the example for them,
Mhm.
that is a blessing. So, and I used to be in that predicament. I used to be like, oh my God, my family, my friends, everybody calls on me for everything. Can y'all
You gotta know
alone?
it. Yeah, like you're supposed to know
Yeah,
everything.
be careful when you say stuff like that. My mother told me that. I told God, I said, I said, God, they're calling on me so much. Can I get a break? God gave me a break. Let me tell you the kind of break He gave me. A 6-month break. And you know where He sent me? To 6-month jail.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yes, and it was a crazy time in my life, but
Mhm.
you got to be careful what you ask for.
You definitely
Because,
do. You definitely do.
God hears your heart, but He also respects what comes out of your mouth. So if you say, God, I need a break, but you don't specify what you mean, He's going to give you a break anyway.
But it's not going to be
It's
the
not
one
gonna be the
that
break
you
you want.
No.
So
I guess that's why they say be careful what
Yeah.
you ask
be
for.
careful what you ask for.
And then when you think about it, you have to remember, God didn't take a break from us.
No, they-
And think about how He has to stay open 24 hours constantly, because He's not only listening to one person,
Yeah.
but He's listening to everybody.
Everybody,
And He's trying to answer everybody's,
Everybody.
requests or, whatever. And sometimes He might not answer it right away, but He will answer it eventually. So that's why we should never just,
Right.
sort of shut down on people. I kind of like get to the point where if I really can't help you or I can't answer the question, I think the best thing to do is to just say, well, I really don't know at the time, but maybe I can ask somebody else, or maybe I can try to figure it out for you.
And He's not always going to give you a yes.
No.
Here's the funny thing. Have you all seen the movie Bruce Almighty?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
When
kept-
Genie. So let's get that out, and I will debate that all day. He's definitely not a
He's definitely
genie.
not. No.
So helping you in the situation. Might not be a yes, might not be a no.
And it's kind of like something you said last week. You said, like those people who constantly say, I can't do, I can't do, I can't do, I can't do. It's no room for I can't.
Yeah.
Because when I start thinking about that, I always think about, what would Jesus do?
Yeah.
That's a real statement.
Yeah, what if you just said, I can't
That's
create
right.
man, I can't make night and day.
Or I can't make you get up every
Right,
morning.
I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's yeah. But good inspiration, I loved it.
Right. Well, now we are going to hear Andre's inspiration, and of course, he brings it.
I ain't got no
That
inspiration.
means that, you know, when you're listening to what he has to say, listen with an open ear. Don't listen with one that's sort of negative, because just remember, you know, everybody sees things in a different way. But when it comes down to inspiration, we're not here to give you some information that's not going to do you any good. So you want to use this mic for it? I don't know, because those
I think you just need some batteries.
are, again, yes.
Yeah, that's something.
It just needs some batteries. I am using, because this song has been so controversial in the news, I'm using Childish Gambino's This Is America instrumental, only for the sake, because we are going to be on Facebook. And I don't want them to get, well, you know what, I don't own the rights to this music, Facebook. So check this out. There have been over 16 school shootings in 2018, and we're not even halfway through the year yet. There have been 18,558 suicides in the United States in 2018 alone. There have been 4,987 murders by gun. Now this is suicide by gun, this is police brutality by gun, this is gun on gun violence, this is all these different sort of things. So my question is, where do you think you live? I want you to think about this. How many times have you been on the freeway and someone has been on their cell phone and has cut you off on the freeway? And then what they do is they don't even look over at you and apologize. They continue to drive as if they have the right of way and you're in the wrong. Or check this one out. How about you are leaving out of a restaurant and someone is coming into the restaurant. You hold the door for them. They walk in and don't even say thank you. Try this one on for size. You sneeze in a building or anywhere where sneezing is heard or seen, and no one says, where do you think you live? I believe that we live in a country where freedom of speech is great and wonderful, but also common courtesy should be number one. We live in one of the richest countries or richest places in the world. Some may not think so. Some may think that other places are beautiful. They may be right. They may have better hotels. They may have bluer water than we do. But we live in the most free place ever known to man. But yet, we walk around like somebody owes us something.
Yeah.
That person that cuts you off because they're on their cell phone and they think that the road belongs to them and them alone, how mad does that make you? Does it make you mad? It makes me mad.
Yes, it does.
It makes me upset in my spirit.
It really does. It does. It's because it's like, I've been sitting in this
Yes.
place all this time, and now he just cut me.
Exactly.
Yes.
What about that person who the door you held for doesn't even say thank you? Does that make you upset?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, how about this? How about you say good morning to people?
Do it all
They
the
look
time.
you in the face.
Does that make
and
you
they
upset?
don't say, oh, yes.
And then
yes.
how about sneezing and no one says bless you? Does that make you upset?
Well, on that one now, I kind of just, let that one kind of go a little bit because, I'm like, okay, well, maybe they don't feel like saying it, but.
I don't let that one go. I let that one not go because that's one of the, because I don't think people understand what it means when you sneeze, your heart stops.
Yeah, and
So
they probably
the reason
don't
why
know
they're
what
saying
that
bless you is because your heart started back up again and you died. Because you couldn't sneeze and just be dead. So saying bless you means, it's not saying, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're being blessed by God. If the person that's saying it praises Buddha. Buddha blesses, Buddha in someone's culture believes to be a blessing. So that is the same thing. But I was saying, like I was saying, we live in a culture, in a state, in a country, in a world where common courtesies are like few and far between. We have so many amazing your code of conduct to do things. My second job is retail. I work in retail, and I will literally stand behind a customer who will pick up something, read it, or look at it, decide they don't want it, and instead of putting it right back where they got it from, they'll put it somewhere completely where it don't go. And I say to myself, and that's how you act when you're in the store. I wonder how your household is kept. I wonder if you're married, how your marriage is kept. I wonder if you have kids, how your kids kept. Because you can tell a lot about people when they do stuff like that. You can tell a lot about their intelligence, about their neatness or cleanliness. A lot of times people say, you want to know how clean somebody is? Look at their car. Inside of their car, outside of their car will tell you a lot about a person. So my question to you is, where do you think you live? This song says this is America. And if you see this video, you know how controversial this video is. The different things it has in it. If you ever get a chance to go on YouTube and watch the video, but also watch the critics tell you the different things about the video that have to do with the world today. So again, I'll leave you with this question. Where do you think you live?
Well, also, there's a saying that whatever you do at home, that's what you do outside of the home. So when you said about keeping clean or something like that, you said, then, they're doing just what they are normally prone to do. So.
We're gonna get this together. The microphones is fine. It's just like, but yes, you just never know what you're gonna find.
No,
you never know.
You never know. Never know. Well, that was some great inspiration. And remember, if you hear us say something during the inspirational time and you want to add to what we remember, you can go to our webpage, which is liveinthedivas@gmail.com, and just send us a reply on it, If you like what we said, let us know. If you don't like what we said, let us know. That doesn't mean we're going to change what we say.
I'm say the same
but
thing.
it's just that we accept what you are saying. Because remember, we're trying at this point in time when we have our inspirational time, we're trying to give you heads up on things that are just going on all the time. And that is something inspirational. So, with that being said, we can now move on up to some music. Right about now.
Music time?
Yes, music time.
Music time?
And I believe we're gonna play some music. We're gonna play some music by Andre
Oh,
Tyrone.
shucks, I guess we are.
All right. So
Yeah.
just remember, both us, Andre and myself, we are indie artists. That's what this show is for, to give out some indie inspiration as far as what's going on in the music business. And we're also trying to show you how an indie artist can take their craft to another level as well. So if you're ready with some music for us, we'd love to hear it. This would be a good time if you want to type in and send us something, you could actually do that.
I'll send you my Cash App stuff if you want to send me some money to the Cash App. This song is entitled Plea. It's on the second album that is coming out shortly.
I'ma wait for you on my rise to the top. I'll never stop. No one will ever share my heart. No matter what the situation, I'll be patient because I know you're worth fighting for. And your face I do adore. I wanna know what you have for me in store. Can we be free? Yes, you and me, 'cause we deserve years of love and peace. You're a smile. you have time in your life? Don't think about what's right. Don't worry if it's wrong. Will you make time for me right now? Will you make time? Will you make time? Hey, will you make time?
Nice song. I really like that. That's my first time hearing that one too. So you said that's gonna be on the
Yeah.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
closing my eyes. Like, the thing I love about music is that you can close your eyes. And I kind of went back to recording this
Mhm.
and where my mind was and my heart was. And I'm like, wow, was I really there?
But look, let me tell you, I can't wait till mine is totally
She is gonna
finished.
bust out her
I
seat.
cannot
And I
wait.
heard, and I'll give you a spoiler alert. I heard rough mix of the song, and the hairs on my arms stood up because it was so much passion, so much truth to it that if you've ever been through any of the things that Deborah has ever talked about, and if you know her, you know the stuff she's talking about. And if you don't know the stuff she's talking about, it's because you're not that close to her. So,
Okay, you're
but it was a
coming
really,
in.
really touchy song. It's a really good song. It's a really personal song, and I was with her on it. I felt what she was singing about, and you guys are gonna simply love it. It's probably
And don't forget, you did help, gave me some input.
What?
Yes. See, that's what it is, kind of work together. And when you can give your opinion on something in a way that it helps, one another. So
my
I
lawyer.
really did
My lawyer
like
will
that.
send you an email so that I make
Okay,
sure I get.
I'll be waiting for it. I will be waiting for it. So that was a song that's gonna be coming out on Andre Tyrone's CD. So just make sure that
My second
you,
album.
you listen up for that as soon as it comes out. Want you to be the first to hear, and I will be inviting special people to come out to a listening event when I release mine, and I cannot wait. I'm telling you, every time I even just go back to even just listen to it, it sends chills down my spine because that's how much it means to me. Okay, Andre,
Yeah.
let's talk about what's up in this music world.
Michael Jackson's dead, y'all.
Oh God. We already know that. But man, oh man, you know whose birthday it was this week?
No, mine was in February, so it wasn't me.
No, sorry. Not yours. Anybody know whose birthday it was? Oh man. Well, maybe if you listen to this, you'll know whose birthday it was.
Try this one now. Yeah, everybody knows this one.
All right.
If you don't know this one, then you're retarded.
Mm.
They're chemically wrong.
I've been way out of
Everybody knew
I
it
know
was
by
that
now everybody knows who that is, right?
The one and the only.
The one and the only. We want to say happy birthday, Prince. Boy, I tell you.
Phenomenal man and an amazing artist.
Okay, so we all know that was
Past
Prince.
Thursday.
Yes,
This past
yes,
Thursday.
it's past Thursday,
was
yes.
Prince's birthday.
Between Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, I don't know which one has missed the most, but I know they were all legends.
Whitney Houston dead, y'all. Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
I knew that too.
But, these were music-making people.
And we still do have some legends that are still living. You know, the legend herself, Miss Janet Jackson. Oh, my Lord and Savior Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
If I ever get a chance to go see a Janet Jackson concert, I think I will feel so complete. Of course, the legendary Miss Toni Braxton is still with us. The amazing, I'm talking about this woman. I grew up listening to her music. Miss Anita Baker is still
Yes,
living, and her voice has
definitely.
not changed at all.
No.
She still has the most beautiful, raspy, sexy, sultry voice that she's been having. Lisa Fisher.
I know, but you know
Yeah.
who's another one that's not still living though, that to me, she was definitely a legend.
Who's that?
And that's Natalie Cole.
Yeah.
I love that. When I was a little girl, I would listen to her music, and one of my favorites, Inseparable, by
Yeah.
her. I love that song.
Gladys
Yes.
Knight still living.
Oh
Aretha
yeah, and
Franklin
looking
still
good
living.
too. I think she recently had a birthday.
Yeah, and then of
Yeah.
course, Miss lay on the floor, kick her shoes off, and thumb all over the place. No, the mama, Miss Patti LaBelle.
Oh, Patti LaBelle. Yeah.
Fantasia
Oh,
got her
that's
show
right.
from Patti
I
LaBelle.
just,
Yeah.
you know what? I think I saw Patti LaBelle did something recently on TV. It's a tribute for something. I don't know what.
I know that she
But-
was on The Voice. I think The Voice or American Idol. She was singing with one of the contestants.
It might have been American.
Yeah, it was
Idol,
one of those she
maybe.
was singing on.
Yes,
She looks great.
Yes,
She looks
she
great.
does. Yes.
So-
you know, and those are the inspirational people that let me know that music is open for everybody. Keep going. That's
So
right.
happy belated
Yes.
birthday to the one and the
Prince.
only Prince.
That's right.
You are sorely missed, but your music is available and
Yes.
will live on through the years, through time. So happy birthday, belated birthday.
Yes, yes. Okay, now that we got what's up in the music world out of the way, the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and I guess since I have it to the point where we're talking music, I might as well go ahead with the indie inspiration that I thought about talking about tonight. And that is, how can an indie artist invest in themselves? Because I don't think that a lot of people a lot of indie artists rather, may not really understand that there's several different ways that they can invest in themselves. So, one of the ways that I've chosen is voice training. That's one way that you can definitely invest in yourself, 1 or 2 days out of the week, maybe find somebody that you can actually get to help you. Or as I said last week, if you can't afford to get anyone to, help you with voice lessons, you can go to YouTube. It's free on YouTube.
FR.
Yes. So that way you're still investing in yourself, because remember, you're paying for internet service to look at YouTube. So that's an investment. Another one would be things like keeping up-to-date photos taken. Everybody needs an up-to-date photo, especially when it comes down time for if you're trying to promote yourself as far as a show you might have or something. You need to let everybody know, besides knowing what your name is, let them be able to actually know what you actually look like. Who are you?
Okay.
Another one is equipment. And many people, when I say equipment, some of you might say, well, I don't need any equipment. There's no equipment I need. But there is equipment that you can actually get for yourself as far as keeping your craft going strong and actually investing in yourself. One is what I'm talking on, a microphone. Every artist should have their own microphone, something that you can actually use to rehearse with, to practice. The more you practice, the better it'll be. Having a microphone helps take the strain off of your vocal cords, so you don't have to sing as loud. You can have your voice project over a mic. Another one, maybe you would like to have if you're going to, maybe I can start recording in my home. Well, you can make an investment of buying yourself a music program for recording, which means you get yourself a computer or a laptop and purchase the program. That way you can cut down on studio time, except for when it comes to mixing and mastering, Another one would be set up yourself a personal website. Everybody needs a personal website. This is where you let your fans go to listen to your music, to learn about any special events you've taken place in, maybe even some people that you have actually met before. Another way to invest in yourself is having regular rehearsals with yourself. How many times can I think about that? I just get up in front the mirror, with my microphone and practice, or my little box and practice from there. You're only perfecting your voice at the time. So perfecting your voice means coming up with an investment that's going to help to do that. And finally, if you really want to get a much bigger investment, find yourself a band that would not mind playing behind you. Of course, we know that means coming up with money to be able to pay a band. But guess what? A lot of times it's worth it, especially if it's a special event for you. So those are just some of the ways that I came up with that an artist can invest in themselves. Do you have any you want to add to the list of that?
I'm just going to stick with the ones that have to do with me, or that I would say personally would assist me, which is, of course, vocal coach training, and like I said, investment. Now, I have a different take on the studio, the home studio. Now, if you live in a home like we live here, or you live here, then you have the space, go for it. But if you live in an apartment, you kind of can't do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I would say still going to the studio is an investment, because you're, the studios that I attend to, shout out to the Blue Room, is when the Blue Room was just starting out at Icon Studios, they were a studio that, people knew about them, a few people did and didn't. Then they started to get more clients. I remember one session, my session was next, and I got there on time, and the engineer came out and was like, Andre, can you hold out for a little bit? I have someone in here now who is not done yet. And I was like, cool, no problem. I don't mind waiting. So I'm waiting. It turned out to be like 15, 20 minutes, which was like, man, I paid you for a certain amount of time, and now I've got a 15, 20 minutes chunked into it. But I did get that time added on to the end. But when the studio door opened and people came out, first it was 2 bodyguards. So right then I was like, oh my God, somebody special coming out of there. After the 2 bodyguards, T.I. came out. And then behind him, 2 more bodyguards. So I was like, okay, that's cool. And to me, I felt like I was getting an investment, because you never know. The next day, T.I. might come in my studio sessions before his, and he might hear something that I'm doing and be like, hey, bro, I want to link up with you. So I see that as an investment, because you're not knocking what you're doing. You have a home studio because you get some quality work from your home studio. But me, like I said, me living in an apartment, I don't have the luxury of building a studio. But when I do, it's gonna be state of the art. Okay.
That's it.
But everything else,
I
I agree
adding.
with. Yeah.
You start out with little by little, and you just keep adding
Deborah
adding to
Deborah
it.
has she got speakers and stuff. She's doing pretty well for herself.
And we're still trying to, improve on that, because there's always room for improvement.
But the whole point of this thing is to make sure that you invest in yourself, because it is like doesn't make any sense for you to go on to these social media platforms and beg people to buy your stuff, but yet you come to shows in jeans and a t-shirt. You come to shows, hair not looking good. You come to show with no product. You come to show with an attitude. You come to a show just thinking you're everything and you're not. But you want people to invest in you, but you haven't even invested in yourself. Exactly. I personally make sure that I have the day off before the show or of the show, so that I can go and get a haircut. I can make sure I have something to wear. I think about what I'm going to look like. I think about what I'm going to have on, what I'm going to be singing. I think about all of that stuff, because if I'm presenting to you a beautifully ribbon wrapped package, you're going to want to open it. If I present to you a greasy bag, you're probably not going to open that greasy bag.
No.
If I present to you garbage, why would you open up the garbage can? But if I present to you, a wonderfully wrapped gift, you're going to open that gift and see what it is. So the gift would be my appearance.
Right. Well, So that's our actual indie
Yeah.
topic for tonight. I hope that some of you actually got something from that. And then finally, we have what's up in the news.
What's up?
Goodness, it's been from one thing to the other this week. There was 2 suicidal deaths in the entertainment community. The first one was Kate Spade, the Disney. That one, I just couldn't get over that. I just can't. And then the next one was the CNN guy, Anthony Bourdain, okay? And I was reading here, it said that in death as in life, Anthony Bourdain brought us closer together on his award-winning series, Parts Unknown. Bourdain brought, but he's trying to talk to us in a special way, but I just don't think that we're all hearing it. And I know we all have problems, we all have issues, but I don't know. I don't know. So those were the 2 things that I had.
And that is something that most people who don't suffer from any mental illness would say, is that they don't know how someone else can do it. And I would say this: you don't ever want to know how someone else can do it. And if that's your focus, is trying to figure out how someone could take their life, you are going to spend an entire lifetime trying to figure out an unanswerable question. Stop trying to figure out how someone can do it. Figure out why they did it. Figure out what you could have done to maybe help them. If they tried to call you, or if they did call you and asked you a certain question and you were in a mood and you didn't want to answer that question, or if they wanted to see you but you were too busy to be seen, or and I use this one, and I say this, and I hold this to account. And people sometimes look at me funny, but I say I know that I can change in this way. The artist, indie artist, mainstream artists, celebrities, you all have these social media pages, and you don't run these pages. You have assistants that run these pages, or sometimes you jump on at a certain time of the day, a certain time of the night, whatever, and reply back to certain people. And I know some of you artists reply back to only people that have the blue check mark on Twitter, or some of you going to reply back to the people that are giving you praise or constant praise, or some people that have 2.6 million followers. Or one of my ones that worries me is that if there's a celebrity that is another celebrity that's following another celebrity, but you're not following anybody who we would consider normal people.
Yeah.
Their page and
Yes.
reply back to some of these people who are asking simple questions. Now I understand you get some crazies in your inbox. I'm not saying reply back to people who are telling you to go kill yourself, or who are cussing you out, but those people that are sending those messages that say, "Hey, I'm feeling like I'm gonna take my life. I need someone to talk to."
Yes.
And you don't even reply back because you don't got time for that, or you don't want to. I'm the kind of artist that is never gonna be like that. So I want all of the people that are listening to the sound of my voice, that as the people's artist, as an indie artist, that if I ever get an inbox from someone that is telling me that they don't want to live anymore, I'm dropping everything that I'm doing to see about you, because it might not be a false alarm.
No.
It might be serious. And
Yeah.
if I can help you realize how important you are to this world, then I have done an excellent job as a human being, not just an artist, but as a human being. And I want to make sure that you understand that regardless of what that husband, that wife, that kid, that person on the street corner has told you negatively in your life, regardless of what kind of sexual harassment you've been to, regardless of being molested or raped or having HIV or having an STD, it's incurable, any of that stuff, it does not warrant you not to be on this earth.
No,
you do not understand how important you're needed in this world. that your situation, your story, your life, your being down in the gutter, being down so low that you can't get any lower, how that can help someone else understand and know that it's okay. We have this facade in the world that everybody's supposed to walk around and just never ever admit that they have problems and issues, and everyone's so perfect and everyone's so great and put together. I'm telling you right now, I got flaws. I have plenty of
We all
flaws.
do. We
And I have
all
no
do.
problem in letting you know that I
Yes.
have them. They are there, and,
No,
there's nothing you can do about that. There.
Nobody is perfect.
Right.
No one.
So I want you to know that if you ever need someone to talk to, if you're watching this, you will see this, you need someone to talk to because you're feeling like your life is not worth it, look me up and let's have a conversation. Let's meet up, let's talk, because I want you to know how important you are to
Yes.
life, how important you are to this universe, to this world, and how important you will be to me once I meet you and we have a conversation and we talk, because I'm a cool guy and I'm pretty
Yes.
sure that I can bring something out of you that you didn't know you had in yourself, because I had someone do that for me.
Yeah, and definitely I'll do the same thing. I mean, hey, I can remember, even with your, just reading something she had written one time. And immediately it's like a light bulb just go off
Yeah.
in your head, oh no, and I called her, text her, it doesn't take but a second. It takes even less than a second for somebody to take their life.
Yeah,
So,
don't take long.
just think about how long it takes if you just decide to call that person and actually, just say, hey, let's talk. That's it.
Just
That's
checking
all
on
it
you.
takes.
Just want to see if you're
Yes,
okay.
that's
Just checking
right.
on you. You want
Yes.
to meet up, anything. We're never too busy to make sure that
No.
someone else is okay. Like
No.
that should be important now.
They had a song about that. I'm not too busy. Remember that? I don't know who it's by, but it's somebody made a song. It's a
Who's
group.
it?
I can't
Okay.
think about it.
Deborah's gonna find that song for
I'm
y'all.
gonna find it
and
because
she's gonna let y'all-
because
she's gonna
it's.
let y'all
I think
hear
it's
that.
called "Never Too Busy" or "I'm Not Too Busy," something like that.
But I learned that.
Find
I learned that. I haven't personally had anyone commit suicide in or around me, in or around
No.
my life and my family and my friends that I know of offhand. But I've had a lot of people that have died, unfortunately, due to accidents and craziness and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. If there's anything that you need to say to somebody in your life today, say it.
Yes.
Get it off of your chest. One of the things that I'm very, very grateful for is that my sisters can attest to this, is that growing up, my mother and that family, the family, my grandparents, my uncles, all that stuff, they didn't really say the words "I love you." They were more of a show you that I love you.
Yeah.
And when my mother was around us, she treated us the same way. She didn't necessarily always say it, but she would show it by
Yeah.
making sure we had food on our plate, making sure we had anything we could ever ask for. We never went hungry. Lights were never off. And then one day, mom just started saying it, and it freaked us out. We were like, "You love us?
Yeah.
You love us?" I mean,
because
we know that she loved us, but you hear her
but
say
to
it.
hear
And now,
somebody say it, yes.
and now I don't end a conversation with my mother without "I love you," because if she don't know it and I don't know it and I don't hear it, then I know something's wrong. So at this point in my life, being at the age that I am, that I don't end the conversation, I don't leave my mother's
Because
side
you
without
don't know
telling her
if
that
that's
I
the
love her and
last
hearing
time
her
that
say it.
you-
And she has to say it back. If she don't say it back, then something's wrong.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that you should think about is family members, when you call somebody, make sure that you end with an "I love you." And if they don't give you an "I love you" back, that should mean something is wrong. Because I know that if someone's mentally going through something, they can't vocalize "I love you," just like they can't vocalize your help.
Right.
So think about those things the next time you get a call from a family member and they can't vocalize "I love you" or "I need you." They just want to talk. You don't know what the next step could have been.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Well, I've enjoyed this.
I really
segment.
have.
This
We
has been-
were gonna sing all that kind of stuff, but
Yes.
time got away from us.
Time, yes.
So if you want to hear Deborah's music, you can.
Oh, is that it? Oh, you can go to IamDeborahWare.com. You can also go to Reverb Nation. You can also go to Spotify. I have a Spotify channel. You can go to iTunes and purchase some of my music right there. But I can't wait for my new single to come out so that you guys can get that one. I'm telling you, I cannot wait. Also, don't forget to show your, I hate this. Don't forget to show your support for me on the 16th of June. I will be auditioning for The Voice. I'm very excited. I feel like I'm ready. I feel like God is going to be right there over my shoulder. If it's meant for me, things will happen. So definitely say a little prayer for me and wish me luck. And Andre?
And you could just Google me. It's like you Google Deborah, and
yeah,
I'm all over the
same
place.
thing.
But this is the cover of my first album that is out now, entitled Let's Begin. It's available on Amazon. It's available. Just go to Google, put in Andre Tyrone. If you're looking to book me, have a conversation with me, anything to do with music or motivational speaking, or just coming to hang out at your school, or hang out with your kids, or hang out with you, go and send me a message or an email to therealAndreTyrone@gmail.com. That is therealAndreTyrone, one big long word, @gmail.com. You can go to AndreTyroneMusic.com to hear all of the latest music that I have. Association / Andre Tyrone, hear all of the music that I currently have out. Be on the lookout. And I won't give you a date, but I'll tell you soon, SOON, very, very soon, my second album will be released, entitled Black and White. And I want you to understand that this album is very, very important to me. That's why it took so long to get this one done, because I had to go through some things in my life. My family went through some tragedies. I went through some tragedies. I went through some triumphs. I went through some ups and downs, ins and outs, that have made me who I am today as an artist, and continue to elevate me to the next level. I forgot to find that. I will post it, but I think it's sometime in June that is National Sickle Cell Day.
Okay.
I'll send you the flyer for it so you can do. So we're gonna make sure, if you don't remember that Deborah has the sickle cell trait in her, and my mother has Parkinson's. Those are the two foundations that Deborah and myself support. And the next one coming up is the National Sickle Cell Day.
Yes, and I'll be ready for that because I think the last one they had, it was too close, and I didn't get to make it. So
be on the lookout for that, because I'm pretty sure that since it's National Sickle Cell Day, that there will be a sickle cell run or walk. So we're for that, and make sure that we're out there supporting Deborah and giving her our best. But we have had a wonderful time here in Live in the Divas Den. Again, if you want to get one of these wonderful wide ruled composition books, you need to go to my YouTube page, Deborah's YouTube page, subscribe, to Deborah's Facebook page and my Facebook page, and add us as a friend so that we can link up with you. You can link up with us. We can get your information. We will sign these composition books for you. Deborah or May put some inspiration in it, depending on if that's what you want and like. We had an excellent time here in Live in the Divas Den. We are going to do a show coming up where we just introduce ourselves and we just sing. And we just sing throughout the show. We just do our songs, sing. Give you the opportunity to hear, because we are artists that can sing. I just want you to know that. Don't think we just sit up here with a microphone and don't know how to sing. So until the next Live in the Divas Den, which will be next Friday, of course.
Yes.
We look forward to hearing from you, seeing you again. If you want to talk to us, book us, have us come or something, send us the email to liveinthedivasden@gmail.com. Again, send the information to liveinthedivasden, one word, @gmail.com.
And we love you guys. We love having you in the den with us every Friday. I hope that you will be with us again on the next Friday. And so until then, we love you. If no one else tells you that they've loved you today, know that Andre and myself send all of our love to you from Live in the Divas Den. So with that being said, guys, good night. Smooches.